Alright, this is going to be a quick video on diagnosing a gas leak. My neighbor down the street just gave me this generator. He said it leaks gas. He's not sure why. He was going to get rid of it. So I brought it home, put some gas in it, started right up. Works great. But I did notice that it does, like he said, leak gas kind of out of the front corner right here. So take this panel off and see if I can't find out what's wrong with it. Okay, so looks like maybe the gas is, see some kind of residue around here. So maybe the gas is leaking from the carb. It looks like this is wet. And just trickling down, catching this hose, maybe hitting this lip here. And that's why you see it dripping here. Right there. So I think actually the leak is actually coming from the carb, which is probably a good thing. So maybe next I'll see if I can get to the carb, see if I can see if anything's wrong with it. Okay, so there's no obvious issues here with a leak. It was kind of easy to take off, so I'm wondering if maybe just these bolts for the carburetor weren't tight enough, because those bolts is what seals against this gasket here. That seals against this here. This is all full of gas. So I'm wondering if maybe just those bolts weren't tight enough and it wasn't sealing this gasket. So here's another gasket back here that seems like it's still one piece. So put this back together and just maybe snug up these two gold bolts and see if that helps solve the problem. I'll run it again with this cover off so I can see better. Just gonna put a little bit in. My vents open, set it to choke, this out of the way. See if it starts up easy again. Everything's on. Okay, so I can see where it's actually leaking from up in here. Wet gas right there. I'm going to shut it off. So some kind of a leak coming from up over here, so it has nothing to do with the carb. So let me see if I can take this case apart and see what's going on up here next. Alright, so I got it all apart and I think I found my issue. So able to separate this, and back there is the back of the fuel tank where it pulls fuel, and that is broken. It's leaking. Let me see if I can get a better view of it. It's hard to show. Hopefully you can see it there, but basically this hose is just like coming apart. Yeah, you can see it there. See, it's just totally, it's like the rubber outer part and the plastic inner part have separated and it's just destroyed. So I'm thinking I can pop out this grommet hopefully and replace this grommet and that little piece of hose that goes into there, maybe fix it and see if I can pop out this grommet. Alright, well here it is. I popped this grommet out the back of the gas tank and you can see totally destroyed the hose. Not sure what happened here, but this is where the hose was connected. So I need to find a new one of these with the hose. Maybe I just can find a new piece of hose that fits in here and that'll work. Or maybe I can trim the existing hose and it'll still reach. Let me try that. Now, one thing to be careful when you split this case, there's a couple of hoses that go, so that black hose here and this hose over here. These hoses stick into little nipples on the right side of the case, and they came off when I split the case, so be careful with that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to trim this and get it to work for us. Hopefully. I'm gonna take this. Oh no. This is the hose that had the issue. Falling apart. Trim a little bit of it off. See if I can get this back in this grommet somehow. Get that back in here. Get the grommet back in the fuel tank. There we go. Should be back in business. So I think it'll be long enough to work. It's going in. Not sure how far it needs to go in, but a pair of pliers would probably make this a little bit easier. Okay, that's in there. I can get this grommet back in the fuel tank. If I can. Get that plugged back into this little valve here. Maybe that solved my problem. So again, just checking one more look. Look, this hose came off again. Make sure all these hoses are connected to the nipples where they should be. I'm going to put this all kind of semi back together and see if it will start up without leaking. Alright, looks like that fixed it. No more gas leak. Runs great. Put the panels back on, and I've got myself a nice working generator for free. Hopefully, if you've got this same generator.
Hello.
Hey, Sam.
Hello.
And you got a gas leak.
What are you doing?
Check that upper hose. Trim a little piece off, and Sammy, stop. And it should be working again. I'm trying to find the little piece of the plastic hose that fell apart.
I'm his kid.
But
Just so you know that.
here's a piece of it.
Kids.
I have kids. I have 2 kids. Another one on the way.
Excuse me.
Oh, here it is. This is what the hose looked like. It fell apart, just like the plastic sheath inside. So, anyways, should be able to trim it, reconnect it, and hopefully last a little bit longer. Thanks for watching.
Okay.